Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Anastasia Garadnay, for being here. I'm so excited to finally have this meeting with you so that you can talk us about your art. So once again, thanks.
Thank you for having me, for inviting.
Okay, Anastasia, I've been loving your job when we met at the Budapest business party and you made the sketch of the guests, and then you came at the dinner of ITL group, Christmas dinner of ITL group, and you made all the people of the team, and now you are also designing all the sketch of our new website. So I guess this this is the lucky time for when we can finally get to know the story behind your art and heart as well. So
of course, yes. Art is my heart. Art takes my heart, you know.
Yeah, we will call this meeting like that. So perfect. We already have a title. And do you want to introduce yourself?
So, hi everybody. This is big honor for me actually to be interviewed by Irene. I'm really happy, and sorry in advance if I'm going to have any mistakes, you know, because I'm a bit nervous. So I am by my profession an architect actually. So I wasn't illustrator even 3 years before. Say four. So I wasn't an artist, I was just architect. I was still making interior designings and house planning. So this is my main job, main occupation. Not so many people, you know that, especially in Hungary, because here I'm mostly already presenting myself as an artist, as an illustrator, and actually no, that's the trick is. And regarding art and regarding illustrations, I always was a fan of, let's say, drawing dresses, because I don't like so much to call it only fashion illustration, but it is. Of course, it's fashion illustration, but I loved it since I was a little girl. But it's again tricky because almost every little girl likes that, you know. We all, I think, were once drawing dresses. Just in my case, it was maybe a little bit more dresses per day than average. I literally sketched all outfits for Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind, for example. I was really admire of all these historic big dresses always, and I planned to become a clothes designer. But in that time, in 90s, end of 90s, I couldn't find any good university for that. So accidentally I became an architect. This is not so accidentally, but basically I didn't plan that. We just came once to my mom's friends, and they were architects, and they said how good we really have very good university in Moscow. So I just entered there, but I didn't plan it. I planned to be the fashion designer, the clothes designer, and somehow I'm still happy about my choice. Somehow I never forget about drawing dresses. So this line was, following all my life. Sometimes I was buying books about fashion illustration when I was traveling. Sometimes I just, get known that there is some course about fashion history, and I just attend that course. So I always, not maybe every year, but every second year I was coming back to the topic. That's interesting. And once I just get known that there is profession, which exactly called fashion illustrator. It was already when I was living here in Hungary 4 years ago. And this is how I started. I just finished online courses, quite serious ones, and slowly started to get orders, and slowly started to get customers, clients. And in one moment I just found myself that, hey, I'm now doing only illustrations. I don't have time for my designs. I don't have time for interiors. So now it's like, I have to, I am swimming among all this.
And
this is short story.
Yeah, I can imagine. But sounds like with an happy ending, that you're finally doing what you felt it was your destiny, let's say, your passion. You followed
exactly.
And how is the market of illustration in Hungary, or how do you see this? Has it changed in the last years? And are you getting to know more people doing this job? Are you teaching it to someone else?
Yeah, I'm teaching them. I don't get them, no. I just started to have my own courses right now. Exactly. Thank you for this question, because it's just, very, very new thing in my life. Since February, I launched the studying course. It started for kids, so I have group of kids. Unfortunately, now we can't do meetings offline. We started offline, and we just switched to online lessons till we are closed. Plus, additionally, I immediately got adult students as well. Right now, I'm teaching girl who is exactly making clothes, so she would like to make good sketches. I have more students, so everything is online for now. And regarding Hungary and the market, I think here we still have a lot of job to change the market, and the field is actually quite wide. People just get known about these opportunities. They love it when they get known that, oh, really, we could do that. We could use illustration for this. We could, use, for example, drawing for our project. We didn't know about that. It simply didn't come to our minds. So I love Hungarian market because I'm, at the beginning of something. I think here I feel myself like that. Yes. But we have illustrators here. I heard about them, and even I follow one girl. She is collaborating, I think, with some fashion magazine as Elle or Cosmopolitan or something, this girlish magazine, and she does it also for years. But for now, I know two of us by names.
Yeah, so over 10 million citizens, so not that many, I would say.
And yeah.
I see in the behind you on the wall that you are also showing something, I guess you designed. I can recognize you. I can recognize it.
My girls, yeah. These ones I made actually when I was still drawing on paper. I have sketches. It's actually these big sketches, like A2 or A3, so it's quite big pieces of paper. And these girls I was sketching in 2000, I don't want to lie, 18 or 17, I don't believe. So I think it was already 18. It was fall winter collections. So it was fashion week. These are from New York, all of them. And I also sketched London. I also sketched Milano. That time I had challenge for myself that I would like to sketch minimum 5 models from each fashion week of Big Four. And I think that, I made even more for New York. I loved that time New York, and it was cool. And this piece was taking part in my exhibition, which I had here in my city in Pècs last autumn. It was like, small period, like a very, very short period when everything was allowed and opened. And we had luck to make small exhibition. I have no regrets. I mean, that now I don't have. I had plans, and unfortunately now I can't continue with this part of showcasing my art. But soon,
Let's do digitally. Do you have some artwork that you want to share with us today?
Yeah, actually, I think I would share my screen on my iPad because if, as I mentioned, these ones I made on paper, and with my favorite media, I like ink very much because I am fast one, so I can't, I don't have passion I'm not to sit and to wait, and when it will dry. I'm now talking about watercolors. These ones are with inks, very fast drawings. So, and after that, when I 2 years and a half, I switched to digital because art and hobby turned to be commercial. Yes, so I'm making orders, I'm taking commissions. So I realized that digital is much more made for that. If we are talking about speed and producing, products. So I would like to share a screen from my iPad because usually people are quite interested about how it's working, and I would like to show it. Let's do. So now here we are in the application in which I create all these last 2 years drawings. Sometimes I'm working on photos, sometimes I can download photo inside and make something using photo. This is very good. I will show later. This is also Fashion Week's one, which you can see now on the screen. For example, this is Versace. It's a bit slower on the screen, I can see. Okay, I will not be fast.
At least we have the time to see them in details.
Well, lately you can check my webpage, NASTAKO.pro, like profi, So these, all of them you can find on my webpage. And I'm keeping download all the time. So these ones are from, I think, 2019 already. And that was also Fashion Week. I love this. This is Balmain Girls. Yay. So my aim, I think, as a digital artist, I would like to produce art which doesn't look that digital. So because I like, as I said, I like ink as traditional media. We are talking on paper drawing. I like pencils very much. I am doing art using the same brushes as exactly in my program here in Procreate. So I do not do, this, let me show you now, these flat style drawings. I love them as well, but I think this is not my path. But this is too much commercial. I can do it, for some projects, of course. I love as well this style, but mostly my style is quite different. So this is one of my favorite girl. This is Carolina Herrera, and they reposted. It's somewhere hanging, on their Instagram. Marc Jacobs also was reposting, so I can be proud.
Yes.
So these now what I'm showing, which I'm making bigger, those ones are my favorite. But it's really hard, because I kind of I love them all,
Yes, and I really love them. So I wouldn't be able to keep one. no, really. And yeah, of course, I'm a marketer, not an art expert, but I can see what you mean by, using the brush that make it look less digital, and I can almost feel the density of the ink, even though, of course,
Yes.
it's a pixel, so there is no no density. I don't know what to say, but I have the feeling that it's not so flat. It's not a bit.
Yeah, this is how I started, and I just, let's say I continued what I was doing on paper. I continued the same style to do on digital, and of course it makes me faster. It makes me to work on my mistakes also much faster, because if you made mistake on paper, sometimes it comes to the point that you have to just to throw it away, unfortunately. And here I just can, undo my action and go again and again and make exactly this brush stroke to make how I want it to look like. But basically it's always about the experiment from my side. For example, when people ask me, like, do you plan how it will work, how it will look? And I have no idea. For example, Cardi B, maybe you know the girl. I never planned that she will look like that. I didn't have any plan that I will use exactly this brush, that I will make this stain, that I will make this stroke, that direction. So when I'm starting, it comes quite natural. And this one, what I like about doing fashion illustrations, it's my favorite one. I draw 100 million stuff as well, this architecture and I don't know, still nature. This is cool, lots of. But this is my main stream.
Mm-hmm. So you start from a white page, and then your creativity takes over, and your hands, and then this is the output. So amazing.
Yes, this is if we are talking about illustrations, so about fashion, and these are like more artworks. I wouldn't maybe call them illustrations. So but when I'm making portraits, I do portraits as well, like for you. By the way, here you are. Do you want me to show that? This is.
If we will publish this video interview afterwards, yes, go ahead. Yes, please show them. Yes.
So here are your guys, and here is I have photos. So if I'm drawing on photo, of course in this case I have more strict borders. But also I didn't plan, that this brush stroke will start there and end there. It's just coming like that. And sometimes exactly in this case also we had to make new clothes on people, yes, so to clothe them, to dress them up. And
yeah,
say
exactly.
Hi to your boss.
Hi, Alessandro.
So if I'm doing portraits, it's maybe more, let's say, strict. So I have to follow the task, because people come to me and they ask me to draw me in this particular dress and give us, I don't know, please, this makeup or that hair, and I used to get several images or even video about character whom I'm going to draw. And in this case, I have task. And when I'm making illustration, fashion illustration artwork, I don't have task. Here I had task. This is one of my favorites from last year. These completely, the whole art was idea from my clients. So they made, this
like
this
the wireframe.
Yeah, they wanted exactly this. They wanted guy to have wings. So that's interesting. Sometimes, for example, in case of this order, a girl asked me, she found some illustration of mine and she gave me photo of her and she said, please do this style with those colors, the same like that artwork, but me. So, this is what I like, that I'm not that much artist. Should I stop share? What do you think?
No, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, we can go.
Also, illustration is an art, but yes, I get what you mean. That you don't just create following your fantasy, but also some client's needs. So, yeah.
Yes, I have task. I'm not waking up in the morning and waiting for inspiration to kick my head, to come and jump on me. I have tasks usually. For example, this is the case that was for mutual project with one Hungarian, but based in Austria, Indian photographer. She asked to make, this is her pictures. And the main task was to close faces. So we created artwork based on her photos with my retouch, let's say. But I had freedom. I could use, she didn't tell me what exactly should I do. She just said, please use these ones and please hide mostly the faces. And now we have bench of posters which we are selling together. So because we do, I make posters from all artworks which are mine, which are not bought by somebody for commercial use. In this case, I am doing, this is something else. This, for example, on photo, what I mentioned before, that was my artwork for Hungarian brand, the Alarna. They make couture and wedding dresses. So that was my artwork. And after that, I'm using my artworks for posters, for creating products, mugs, I don't know, phone cases, a lot of stuff. So I like to see further my illustrations on products or maybe on the wall somewhere. Talking about Hungary, this is Hungarian Fashion Week in Budapest. The season before COVID, and I was working for them. So we made several sketches of some Hungarian famous people, and after that I made these 3 illustrations. So there are sketching, like as an event illustrator, I'm working like when we met on that Budapest business party. So this is a different job. This is when I'm making these quick sketches of people like this and producing them immediately. And it can be wedding, it can be, business party, it can be birthday party, whatever, some occasion. And it is so-called event illustration, when I come and draw people live mode and immediately printing them their sketches.
Yeah,
so
I remember you draw me for maximum 1.5 minutes, and the result was so stunning that I still think I should print it and change my painting the wall with that. No. Yeah,
please do that and share with me the result. I would love to see that.
Yeah. And
architecture as well. This is, for example, this was exactly a business order. We made something, for some different. This is Nizza, by the way. So that was sketch for them. So I do this stuff as well as a freelance illustrator, let's say. This is not artwork from my point of view. This is already drawing on task.
I'm gonna try to ask you a really difficult question. How could you define the difference between illustration and art at this point? Because you are calling them into different ways. So what do you mean exactly?
Well, the art is most when you let yourself, relax and do what you want, as on those which I showed in the beginning. Mm-hmm. I think I can come now to this. This is my page online with posters. Mm-hmm. So these ones, which are, I didn't have any words, I didn't have any task. I had just feeling that I would like to draw exactly this girl, exactly in that pose, this posture, this outfit. So, and after that, from these artworks, I can make, this, what I mentioned, posters, mm-hmm. Wall art, not art, wall art, for... Mm-hmm. For example, this sketch was really 5 minutes. But this is one of the most popular posters of mine. I mean, people, mostly guys, of course, buy it, quite often. They really love this to hang on the wall. And so this is for me art, because I was just doing it by some inspiration. I had feeling that I would like to draw it now, this shoe. And illustration, this is when you have task, when you have client, customer, and he has special needs. He needs to use your artwork, your illustration somewhere. For example, for his booklet, for advertisement, for, outside big plate, I don't know, so somewhere on the car, or again, on the t-shirt, somewhere, or maybe for their business. For example, you came to me with the need to make portraits of all your colleagues, and you are using these portraits for special need, yes, to put it on your webpage. And this is already, from my point of view, illustrator's work. So I have tasks. I don't have freedom.
Yes, you have a very limited freedom, because at the end, in that sketch, I needed to recognize myself, and you cannot draw me the exactly how would you love to. But yeah, you need to stick with some rules. Yeah, I understand that. For us, we believe in the importance of creativity, and mm-hmm. We believe that creativity comes from awareness, and then it helps you to generate, to create. So, so maybe your artwork as illustrator and your artwork as a digital artist have in common your creativity, like that you are inspired and in touch with yourself and aware, and then that allow you to create your work. What do you think about it?
For me, this creativity thing, I mean, this word itself, it's quite wide thing, because we can say creativity. You shouldn't, because people, always think that you have to be like, kicked in head talented one, and that means that you're a creative person. No, you can just creativity, from my point of view, this is thinking a little bit out of the box, creating something new with things actually we already have. In my case, I have, for example, task to draw somebody. I have skills. I know how to draw, and I am doing it. I have photo, I have task, and I am producing something, drawing. Yes, this is really, really creative. Be creative if you are, I don't know, making table setting, just using, some good-looking napkins and putting knife and fork, in different way, and using good-looking plates. So, or you can be creative when you're decorating your bathroom, putting stuff, putting books on the shelf, this is not only about art itself. I mean, they are creative. For example, cutting hair or making nails, it's also creative work from some point of view. Yes, you are using this other part of your brain. Yes, you are not counting numbers and thinking logic. You are using completely different part of your head inside, feeling of your head. And you are just, going a little bit out of the box, not so logic, and using some skills of yours. Now, which skills people have, I'm sure that we all can do something creative.
Yes, I agree. And I think it's one of the most interesting soft skills that are going to be most relevant in the job market also in the next years. So I'm happy that finally creativity is a word like commonly spoken in HR meetings or in team meetings as skills that we all want to boost. Because as you said, everybody can develop creativity. It's not just for really highly skilled artists.
Yes, exactly. It's just thinking a little bit different and try to use usually it's common things around you in different way. Mm-hmm. And for example, if we are talking about HR, yes, that to make some, I don't know, contest for people you are hiring, to ask them different questions, not these boring ones which are on the list, to use a sense of humor. It's also, quite creative. So a lot of stuff. And regarding using creative work in, like you're now using in your page, yes, so using around us creative work, artworks, I think this is also the new wave. Mm-hmm. Because now I do not say that photography goes away. No, it stays with us, of course. But before everything was exactly illustrated, it's coming back to what I'm doing, yes? Mm-hmm. Everything was illustrated if we're talking about magazines, printed media, and, cooking books, like things. People didn't have photography, they were drawing. Now, after that photography came, it made life of publisher much easier, and photography some kind of completely kicked out this drawings from printed media. But I don't say, for example, photographers, they are quite creative people. And those guys who are making this printed media, they are also very creative. Yes, they have to make this very good looking final product. And now I love about this time that now drawings come back. They slowly, came back to printed media. They are coming back now to web pages, they are coming to social media, and they are not making any concurrence for photography. They are, going side by side, along together.
As you did in your collaboration with the photographer, it's also...
Exactly.
No, that's very interesting, yes. And so, Anastasia, what else would you like to tell us about your job? What are your next goals?
Event illustration, first of all. This is my dream. Mm-hmm. That's, as a quite communicative person, I am really waiting to situation to come down, and that we again will be able to meet, to make group meetings. And as I started it last year in Hungary, I'm quite sure that I'm one, only one for now. And I was thinking that I would like to develop this direction if we're talking about my business, about my art, and about my work. Because for me, it's all together. This is my business, this is my art, this is my work, this is my occupation. Meanwhile, I have to plan some houses in the evening. And
an architect as a side job.
Oh, well, honestly, this is kind of, half time.
Mhm.
And sometimes now, yes, interiors, they go to like third part. But first year I was quite stressed about that when I realized that now I have a lot of illustrations to do and I do not do my job because I really love it as well. And this is how I feel myself balanced when this my creative part of brains it's drawing, and this logic part makes drawings in AutoCAD. This is where I'm balanced. Really, this is in this case I feel myself so good that I can do this and that. And I found the way I started to suggest to my clients not 3D visualizations, I can draw interiors for them. So this is how I put art inside my my occupation in that part of my job, and I mixed it. And this one I love. And about future plans, I really would like to do more exhibitions in Hungary, first of all, to show fashion illustrations, because this is really my favorite. I would like to develop event illustration, because this is something very good and interesting, and I meet a lot of people. I like to meet. I'm not, this introvert, or how they say, absolutely opposite. And that was really good because I could do this fast creative job, meanwhile communicating with people, meeting new people, new contacts, you for example, and also make people happy, because basically everybody who comes to you already, so if somebody comes to you on occasion, on some party, and they are asking for drawing, they already ready to get the sketch, because of course there is part of people, they don't like to be photoed, they don't like to be shooted, not in drawing, not in photography, and they will not come to you. But those ones who already came, they basically go very happy because they got a sketch, and it's quite pleasant. I also was sketched somewhere by event artist in Portuguese, and once in Moscow. And this is extremely good feeling, because we all like, those ones who like to see themselves on photos, to see yourself on art, on some sketch, it's even more pleasant. And this is what I really liked about event illustration, that I can make quick sketches and they will make people happy. And this is, changing energies.
Yes, completely. And I'm one of those who was really excited to see my own sketch designed by you. So yes, you gave me a big smile. So thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm so happy you gave me, for example, this big smile when I once saw on Facebook that you are using my sketch as your image, and it happens with me often, accidentally, that I found my sketch somewhere on social media of person whom I sketched, just accidentally. And it's extremely pleasant, to realize that, they love it till that point, that even they will post it. So
hopefully now you will see our ITL team on LinkedIn with your sketch, the LinkedIn profile photo.
I am waiting for that when you will launch the page. I am waiting for that. And I will immediately repost.
Thank you. Okay, so I took my notes. I have no follow-up questions. So I'm really thanking you for the time you gave us. And I don't know if you have no more secrets about your art that you want to share with us. Do you?
I'm not thinking very fast. I think, no, I just would like to invite everybody to my Instagram, NASTAKO. I would like to share with you there my life, my art process, and teachings courses as well. And of course, visit my page, nastako.pro, because if we forgot now to discuss something, you can find it there, I'm sure. And feel free to contact me anytime you are interested in my job, you need some advice and something. I am quite open and bored to stay at home. So I miss communication with people. Hello.
Yeah, we should all take inspiration from you and try today, like for example after 5:30, to look at someone from the window and try to draw, not expecting to have your result, but just to keep our creativity exercised. I think I will try to do that.
Yesterday I had lesson with kids and we were inspired by insects. We were drawing. I got a link where a picture of some insect, and for example, this ladybird, but quite exotic one with transparent wings, and the dress looking like that. And I showed to them that, look, this dress inspired by this actually not so nice looking strange insect or some other butterfly. Butterflies were of course cool, and the dress. So I asked them not to make exactly the same drawing, the same dress, which is on that link, but to create their dresses based on this picture, what they saw. And that was so interesting, to check out what they have done. Because this is what I'm thinking, that actually beauty and things which can inspire us, maybe not to draw, maybe just, to smile. That's also good. They are all around us. You can see good looking cloud and smile, or draw this cloud how you saw. For example, you saw, I don't know, swan or something. You can see from some new angle your mouse, and realize that, oh, it's actually quite good looking form, and maybe draw that, or maybe just to catch it, that this is good looking, the line is good looking, the color stain is good looking, color combination on somebody's dress, it's also can be interesting. So this is, I think, I would like people to ask you, to encourage you to see beauty around you, be inspired for that beauty. I don't ask everybody to draw, just, smile and see the beauty around us.
Wow. So on that note, thank you very much. And we will follow you on Instagram and see your art. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving me time.
Okay. Bye.